first month of the season or so, and the Tigers had themselves a big old bath of victories in close games against Kansas City. Tigers are 6-4 against the Royals. This is the most one-run games against a single opponent in Tigers history. Boy, that Cleveland series in '72, you remember it, Andy.
Yeah, that was an epic series. I'm more familiar with the 2012 and 2013 seasons. Just couldn't quite get over the hump, them Royals.
Sorry to bring up that sort of memory for you. 8 times this year, Kansas City and the Tigers have played a one-run game. 3 of them are left. Every single one at Comerica Park was a nail-biter, and so we will see what tonight has in store at a great pitching matchup. Troy Melton, Noah Cameron, who was phenomenal last time out. First pitch of many next. Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. Game number 1 of a 3-game series here at Kauffman Stadium. 82 degrees. It's a night fit for a king, and rightfully so. The Royals are here, though they are not named for kings and queens. They're named for the old livestock convention.
That's right.
Here in Kansas City.
You ever get you a blue ribbon? This
only for a spelling bee once. Maybe.
They didn't even let me in the spelling bee.
You missed the qualifiers.
They didn't even tell me there was a qualifier.
They sent you on a field trip and you said, why are there only 3 classmates going to the museum? Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. This is slugging versus left-handed breaking balls, and Noah Cameron had a no-hit bid last time he threw against the Angels. He went complete game, shutout, 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. His breaking ball was terrific.
That curveball gets weak contact. He knows how to manage the strike zone. He'll throw that curveball back door and the slider as well, and then he'll throw it down and into righties to get some swing and miss. But navigated a game. It took him 115 pitches in that last outing. So we'll see how that left arm's feeling today after such an epic performance in his last one.
It's 3 straight outings of 100 pitches plus for Noah Cameron, who will face Torres, Lee, and McGonigal here in inning number 1.
You'll notice he calls his own pitches. He'll take that right hand and glove, put it over to the left side of his belt. He's got a pitch comm on it.
First pitch, here we go. It is swung on and missed. Wheels up time once again, right on time here in Kansas City. That is 7:10 local, 8:10 Eastern time. Gleyber Torres, 7 hits, 4 walks against Kansas City this year, and there's another secondary pitch off speed stuff, 2 strikes from Cameron to Gleyber Torres, and there you see Noah Cameron calling his own pitches as of the last 5-6 starts now.
You know, with that, it gives his mind time to analyze what he wants to do with each pitch. Nothing more than that. By the time the catcher would give him the sign, he felt like he was just on the mound and had to just throw it, but couldn't think about how he wanted to execute it.
Which makes sense considering the pitch timer nowadays.
For sure.
There's an adjustment you had to go through as a pitcher.
Well, you know, you want to visualize where do you want the location? Do you want the changeup down? Do you want it down and away? Do you want it down and in?
That 2-2 is just off with a cutter, dancing off the corner, 3-2.
So when he steps back, he can decide the pitch, and right there he's thinking about exactly where he wants to put it. Location. And he's a guy that does have to pitch to location. He doesn't have overpowering stuff. Right-handed hitters are going to want to think big part of the field, think right center.
And a swing and a miss, strike 3. It's a cutter for Cameron on Gleyber Torres, 1 away. Here is the Kansas City defense, which gets better with Bobby Witt Jr. back from that last series with the Tigers. Michael Garcia just went back on the IL, so it's Collins, Isbell, and Caglione. Then Lofton, Witt, Massey, Pasquantino, and Carter Jensen, who's had the lion's share, not slugger, but the lion's share of the catching duties recently for Kansas City. First pitch to Hao-Yu Lee is lifted to left. Isaac Collins is underneath. He makes the catch, and there are 2 down quickly in this first inning.
And that's how his last outing, he got a lot of fly ball outs. Just medium depth fly balls where guys just missed barrel. Either a little out in front of it or a little under it. But you're always flirting with disaster if you leave too many pitches up, and too many of those balls find their way in on the pull side in the air. But if you limit base runners, even a solo shot doesn't do too much damage.
First one here to Kevin McGonigal is ball one.
That's quite a bat he's got today.
It's Players Weekend.
That's right.
In Major League Baseball, and if you're into energy drinks, Kevin's your guy. Looping liner right field, Caglione has to play it on a hop. No matter what bat he uses, or a boat or whatever else, a javelin, Kevin McGonigal is going to be on base.
Take the broomstick up there if he wants. Good balance in the box. You see how he stays on that pitch. And how quick are those hands? I mean, it is shocking. He can go from 0 to 100 through that zone in an instant.
Did you ever see Major League, the movie?
Yeah.
You know, there's a stat guy next to Bob Uecker who has all the wild and wacky, like Wednesday and day games.
Yeah.
Kevin McGonigal has 82 runs, 22 doubles, 3 triples, 13 homers, 12 steals, and 77 walks so far. The fly ball left center field. Isbell is back on it. He's the only rookie to have all those numbers, whatever I just said, since the Rookie of the Year award got awarded. Whoa. All of those. Wall side windows starting pitcher for the Tigers is Troy Melton with that 1.49 ERA, and he will face a Royals lineup that knows the Tigers very well, Andy.
We've seen that four-seam cutter-slider combo. It's going to be important for him to be able to navigate the edges, get ahead early in counts. The first inning for Troy has kind of been the coin flip. A lot of arm side misses in his last few outings. And if he can come out cruise through the first, really get in a rhythm here, he can have an outing. Weak contact on the ground is going to be his friend.
Well, he has been the friend of the Tigers in the win column. The Tigers are 11-3 in games where Troy Melton pitches this year, and he does start with ball one to the 23-year-old Carter Jensen. One-0 is downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to Jensen, who is a rookie for Kansas City, who has 16 home runs and 25 doubles at age 23. You may have heard us talking about it earlier in the season series. He grew up a Kansas City Royals fan. Noah Cameron's family as well. They have some homegrown Royals. Not only drafted Royals, but Royals from a very young age. 2-1 is lashed to left field. That is foul by a hair. Okay.
Jensen wanted that. You saw the reaction when he was going around. He thought it was going to be a knock. This is a backdoor slider. He stays on, flicks it to left field. Little too much tailwind on that one. Jensen has hit the fastball very well from the righties. He's slugging .538 against both types of fastballs combined, four-seam and sinkers. So you see Troy went to the changeup in the 1-0 count. He tries the backdoor slider in the 2-1 count.
At some point, he'll see a breaking ball in a leverage count today. There's a fastball high. He's only slugging .298 against all breaking ball types this year, which is a low number.
Very low.
Two and two is a changeup down and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jensen after Gleyber Torres opened with a full count for the Tigers.
Generally speaking, if a guy doesn't slug much against the breaking ball, he whiffs it a lot, and when a guy does hang it, he misses it. Because the hanging breaking ball is the one that you can really do damage on.
That's a high slider, and it's ripped to right field, but right at Ben Malgiri for out number 1. That's the one you're talking about.
That's the one that's up. That's the one a guy can get to for sure. But you saw he tried to get to it, and it ended up being a topspin line drive instead of backspin. So watch how his barrel has to ascend and tries to get up, but you see how it's got the uppercut coming to it? Then he kind of rolls the top hand, which gives it topspin, and that allows the ball to settle into Malgiri and right instead of being backspin off the wall.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that again, because that's an interesting, almost like mid-swing he was trying to adjust. Right? There was a loop in it, and he realized it.
Yep, and as soon as his hands have to readjust to try to come back up, he ends up hitting the baseball with topspin orientation.
That sounds like the first class you take at a tennis academy. Topspin orientation.
Brought to you by Andre Agassi. I think he coaches that or teaches that.
Topspin orientation? Yeah, everybody files
101.
into a real big auditorium.
And then he just shoots the ball out of the tennis ball cannon right at their face.
0-2. That just misses on a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bobby Witt Jr. And that is trouble. It's a 1-out single for one of the fastest guys in all of Major League Baseball, Bobby Witt Jr.
So like we talked about off the top of the show, Jay, this cutter right here, he's got to get it down. Finds the middle of the plate with that one. And Bobby Witt Jr., you leave something out over the middle at 92, he's going to hit it hard. It's a ground ball. Gets through the hole.
So Bobby Witt Jr. with that, now healthy after some knee issues and a back issue. He does have 33 stolen bases this year, even around those injuries. And again, the Tigers did not see him in the last series at Comerica Park. But he is tied for 3rd in baseball with those 33 steals. And Jack Caglione doesn't like his bat a whole lot. Fly ball to left. Javi Baez makes the catch.
I bet he doesn't use that one next time. That's another cutter. Still, the cutter is just up. He missed that. That's why he's upset. He felt like he should have hit that ball much better. He swung at it like it was a slider. That cutter just stays up, gets above the barrel.
But that's your point off the top of the show. Even if it's not the best one, the design is still to miss that barrel.
Right. You saw the slider that Jensen hit to right. That's the one that comes back down a little more. That cutter planes out and guys swing under it.
There's Salvador Perez, who has earned a "Let's Go Salvi" chant just about every time he's up at the plate here in Kansas City. They're booing a throw over to first to check on Bobby Witt Jr. Which is a little bit like booing somebody putting Gary Kasparov in checkmate. I mean, you have to do something about Bobby Witt Jr.
That's every fan. Anytime there's a pickoff in the home stadium and the opposing team picks off, they do boo. Not everything has to make sense in life.
We should have T-shirts that say Detroit Sportsnet, and then on the back it says, "Not everything needs to make sense in life." No score after 1 in the wild card hunt on the Bet365 scoreboard.
The Dodgers head to Detroit to take on the Tigers August 28th through the 30th. Head to tigers.com/tickets and get your tickets now.
They are star-studded, those Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani.
They keep going.
Max Muncy's had a great year. Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
We'll see what their catching situation is by the time we get to see him. So there's a jam shot pop up. Bobby Witt Jr. fades back on it and makes the catch. That's a 2-pitch out for Valencia as we kick the tires in the 2nd inning. Cameron, 13 pitches for 5 batters so far. Which you said, and I think it's a very astute point, we'll see how the arm is after that huge pitch count. If you let him be efficient, it becomes less of a factor.
For sure. Right now, the Tigers just haven't been able to make solid contact. He pitches around the zone on the edges and uses the changeup, his off-speed pitch, and both types of breaking balls to try to keep hitters off balance. Then he'll rush you with the fastball. And even at 90-92, that fastball plays up. He'll try to throw it up and in like that right there. That's his little cutter.
What do you do with that?
And this is where location matters, and he is a guy that will not concede. He's not going to throw the ball down the middle of the plate. So look to use a big part of the field, hit the ball the other way. Stay on that pitch right there, those cutters. that are aimed at the back door. The changeup down and away.
(3-1). Fly ball down the left field line and foul.
But for hitters that are used to seeing 95, 96 miles an hour on the fastball, when a guy throws cutters at 89 or throws a four seam at 90, you see Glaber was out in front of his fastball, Torque's out in front of the cutter right there. Slow it down a little bit.
Payoff coming. Check swing. He didn't want to, and he didn't. Ball 4. Manny Gonzalez waved it off. The Royals fans thought that he might have gone. Torkelson.
Yeah, the bright green bat said no. There's that aqua. What color is that?
It's almost like slime green.
Lime green?
That's slime
slime green. I was like, that is definitely not lime green.
No. I only eat limes that are unripe.
Why is it lime green and slime green are two different colors? You'd think they should be the same, but I know what you mean.
You would think so. Not like the neon slime, but like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sort of slime. Chopper to third. Lofton. Save on the turn from Massey. Really close. Malgeri busting it down the line. Pasquantino hoping he'll get a challenge from the Royals dugout with that look over to the first base side.
I don't think he will. It looked like he was safe in real time. Malgeri gets down the line well. It was a high hop ground ball. And you can see him trying to stretch for all he's worth, but nothing but a show when they're safe.
It's a good stretch.
Very good stretch.
So that's 7 hitters now, and 5 of those 7 have seen 2 pitches or fewer. Our statistician John tells us. There is ball 1 to Max Clark, who plays against the Royals for the first time. He got called up right before the trade deadline in Sacramento. And Max flies this into right center field. Caglione lays out, and Jack Caglione reels it in. He has been a turning point defensively for Kansas City.
He covered some ground. He went back on it first, but good athleticism to come back in, make a diving play for his guy. Nothing. Heading into the bottom of the second.
In our call, Sam, best call. Not a lot changes between starts for Troy Melton usually, especially when things are going so well for him. But between the Chicago outing and this one, a little bit longer bullpen sessions, throwing that cutter specifically to try to get more of the location, all 4 parts of the zone. He's been hammering that home all week, trying to get the exact location for that cutter. It's something that he has been harping on all of this week.
So far, Logan, 17 pitches, 11 strikes total, all pitches.
Trying to get in the zone. Troy stuff plays in the zone. That's one thing that at this level now in the big leagues, since the strike zone has become smaller, you need guys that have enough stuff that can throw strikes, and they don't have to be as deceptive, but you have to get in the zone consistently and have good enough stuff that either gets swing and miss or off the barrel. More so now than ever.
I have referenced this a couple times, but it happens almost every week now doing these games on Sunday away from the Tigers, that a manager or both managers will tell us that one of their pitchers at least has changed this year in effectiveness, in how many swings they're getting, and it's really based on hitter decisions on their stuff because of the ABS strike zone box. It's one of the stories in the league this year.
It's a big adjustment for certain types of pitchers. Guys that live on the edges and get chase. These hitters now are continuing to grow and develop into being discerning with what they're swinging at. Because everybody knows now, like, hey, that umpire, even if he calls 3 balls off, you can just challenge it.
Yeah.
That used to be certain pitchers' game. They were deceptive. They had a good catcher that could frame it. They'd throw it just off the plate, get some calls, rack those up, and then guys start chasing more often.
I mean, we talked about it with Fromber at the bottom of the zone. It's that same way for Hunter Brown from the Astros. We had him on Sunday. top of the zone. He would get like a quarter of a baseball off.
Right.
So not only are you getting that called strike, but you're getting some percentage of more swings at the top of the zone.
Well, you got to cover more as a hitter, too.
It's popped up by Michael Massey, third base side, foul territory. How Lee scoots in.
So think about this. If you have to defend against a fastball that's above the zone and a breaking ball that's down, the further those pitches get apart, the harder it is to cover.
That's a great point. So the difference between the two is just lesser by definition now.
For sure.
Two out, Isaac Collins, the 29-year-old for Kansas City, tips that foul, 0-1.
But there was a day where you wouldn't go 0-0 fastball, try to throw it for a strike. Like you just wouldn't as much because guys are hunting that pitch a lot. Like you're like, yes, thank you. But now these guys have to have good enough fastballs in those counts. They can get a foul ball. They can still get ahead.
Because the whole league is talking about first pitch strikes.
Right.
I know the Tigers talk about zone control, but they're not the only team that talks about zone control. It's a mantra.
Those free base runners have a way of scoring.
Ball and a strike on Collins. Kansas City is out of the race. They're 55-74, but they've won 5 in a row, getting a little bit healthier, although Michael Garcia just went back on the IL. And he is just such a game changer at the top of their lineup with his contact, but also his defense, Andy, at third.
He's an exciting player. And we saw him in series against the Tigers where if you throw anything close to the plate on the first pitch, it was a knock.
Yeah.
Like every time. Ran well, good defender. The heartbeat at the top of that order, and then he's on base all the time for Witt. And when you get a lot of base runners on for Witt Jr., you know what happens there.
Yeah.
More runs.
They go home.
But offense has been an issue for Kansas City the last 3 years. They just haven't. The pitching has always been solid. Pretty solid pitching.
Starters especially.
Starting
the
pitching.
bullpen.
Right, yeah. But starting pitching's been solid in Kansas City. But the ability to score enough runs.
1-2, chopped over first. Torque couldn't get to it. Malgiri charges in. It's a first to third, Lofton to third, Collins at first for the 9-hitter Isbell.
How hard they tamped that ground out in front of home plate today. Good night. I know it's been 100 here for the last few weeks, but that ball bounced like it hit off turf. Look at that. Was it a bouncy ball?
Super ball.
Yeah. It is funny as the season goes on, these ballparks can play a little different, and places where it gets really hot, that ground gets hard. Those infields get fast.
And you play accordingly.
Might as well.
You never played in the California League.
No.
Tigers don't have an affiliate there, but I've heard that that's the whole California League. You just hit
it hard
mallet shots off the ground. Ball 1 to Isbell.
We're going for negative launch angles here today, boys. Can we get like negative 80?
Heat index is 150. 1-0. Slice to center, Max Clark straight ahead to retire the side. We are scoreless through 2.
Ever cheer to participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries.
Here in Kansas City, the site of one of the world's largest scoreboards. And it's 105 by 85. And the square footage is just mammoth. But it's perfect for us right now. You know that, Andy? This is perfect at the Big K for the Tigers telecast here on Detroit Sportsnet. Because we love nothing more than scoreboard watching.
Big scoreboard watching fan over here. You know I am.
Oh, yeah.
Jason's always letting me know all the action.
You thrive on it.
Hey, did you know if we won a game on September 12th?
It's a ground ball to short. Let me do my job. Witt to first on Baez, 1 away.
And the Blue Jays lose on September 23rd. Technically, we could be a half a game ahead. The tiebreaker decision and is up.
Who needs a neck pillow when you're going to have AL scoreboard chatter?
Look at that. You see? Dodgers and Pirates, 0-0.
It's big in the NL. Gleyber Torres. And Cameron arches in a curveball. The Yankees are up on the Blue Jays 3-0.
Are they now?
I will let you know.
Well, we are chasing the Blue Jays, so come on, Yankees.
Chasing the Blue Jays by a game. Game and a half on the Twins and Rangers, who are tied for the last playoff spot at 63 and 65. What that tells you is just win a bunch of games, you'll probably go to the playoffs.
I think that's a fair assumption.
But in case you are into scoreboard watching, there you go. Boston's taking the lead on San Francisco in the Rafael Devers Bowl tonight. The division is still in play, though. The wild card is closer, so you say, well, you're a game and a half out of the playoffs. The White Sox are up 5 but on the Tigers, but they did lose yesterday in a makeup game that they had to squeeze into the middle of the schedule. The White Sox only have like 3 off days left in their schedule, as this is a bloop into right center field. It's falling quickly, but it's playable for Isbell to retire Torres. White Sox are down to the Metropolitans 1-0 after 2.5.
So now all of a sudden I'm a New York fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Mets fan. I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Come on. This is like, where are we at?
You're rooting for the Jets for some reason?
Yeah. Is it Islanders?
2 down for Hao-Yu Lee. It's like a film festival. You got Cameron versus Lee here in third.
Hit a fly ball to left his first at bat. You see him wanting to get something on the pull side there, and no, Cameron's not going to give in. He is not going to throw you the fastball that you want to see to do damage with, and the Tigers are going to have to get a little more discerning and try to hit some line drives, take some base hits.
Like that.
Perfect. That's a good job by Hao-Yu Lee. We've seen him make adjustments from at bat to at bat, from pitch to pitch. After swinging at the slider down, he was way out in front of it. This is a changeup. Watch how he stays on that front side for just that note. That means he's trying to hit it back through the middle. His approach is hit it to right center up the middle. It's the changeup. Go ahead and hook it over to the left side, get you a base knock.
So if you're a lefty here against Cameron, like McGonigal, who's seen a bunch of lefties recently, where do your eyes go?
Say left center, because you don't know if he's going to throw that little slider or curveball away, or if he's going to try to bust you with a heater. McGonigal got a hit on a slider away, an off slider. He was a little out in front, hit it on the end of the bat, but it was line drive trajectory. So if they come close to you with the breaking ball, you'll pull it anyways. And if it's the fastball or that cutter away, punch it to left.
Kevin's probably the guy whose pitch mix seen has changed the most with the Riley Green injury, because he has seen way more lefties out of the bullpen than he typically does.
The leverage lefties that Riley always had to absorb, because Riley's got pop and everybody's worried that Riley would hit a homer. But now with Riley out, McGonigal's the next option to attack with those leverage lefties out of the bullpen.
There's a small piece of me that just thinks you like saying leverage lefties.
Leverage lefties. They always try to bring those leverage lefties in against me. And then Skip would pinch hit for me.
No.
Not always. I hit lefties good.
3-0.
See, that's the pitch right there. You're going to want 3-1, but the chances of Noah Cameron coming back with that are very low.
So you're advocating for swinging on 3-0.
If you want to do damage, that's the pitch you can do damage on.
3-1.
So he goes the cutter. So it's like he's out in front of that. He's got good command of his pitch mix.
It's going to be the third 6-pitch at bat for the Tigers tonight. Lee at first. He'll be on the go. And he'll have to be on the go back.
Spoil that little slider down. But this is a guy like Noah Cameron. This is how he pitches. He's not going to just throw you a fastball down the middle. He's going to work the edges, mix in the breaking balls.
Three and two all over again. And it's a flare foul left side. No play for Lofton. Well, here goes Kevin, full battle mode again. 7 pitches, 1 fastball, a straight fastball, 4-seam fastball on 3-0.
Hang him that little slider, punch that thing down the right field line, score how you lead.
Sounds like a great idea. Three and two. Fouled away again. He did go to the fastball.
And you can see Kevin right there thinking about slider. That's why he's late on that 4-seam. If, as a lefty, if you sell out for the 4-seam and try to hit that on the pull side, you're going to be way out in front of the breaking pitch.
You almost have to, right?
Yep. It's the right approach. You can cover more pitches that way. Like, Kevin's not a guy that guesses what pitch is coming. He's a guy that has an idea of where he wants to hit the ball and then trusts himself to recognize the pitch type.
Which gives you a little bit more leeway.
For sure.
Lee will run again. And McGonigal vaults it into left center. Collins makes the catch, and the inning's over. Still scoreless in the series opener.
Time for StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. See these cutters right here, the left-handed batters on the left side, the right-handed batters on the right side. These are outs against Troy Melton's cutter. Notice those righties, it's that little location away from them. Decent amount of swing and miss, and you see when they do hit it, a lot of pitches that are in the middle third and down the middle of the plate. That's where hitters like them. A couple anomalies. The one down and away to the righty.
But generally, if he puts it in the right place, if Troy Melton locates that cutter, it's not getting hit.
No.
And that's a pretty bright line rule we just saw there.
Hey, there was a lot of outs to both lefties and righties, which is when you have a pitch that can get both lefties and righties out at a high clip, you got something special.
Fly ball left field. Javi Baez, his second start in left ever, and he clears out number 1, and you hear this from Figer Law.
At Figer Law, every case is personal to us, and we won't stop until we bring home the win. Figer Law, all we do is win.
Now Bobby Witt Jr., who was before the game named the Royals Heart and Hustle Award winner. I mean, you really got to do something to beat him for that.
Yeah, if you're on the Royals, you're like, well, I'm going to go for something different. Maybe like, nicest guy on the team award.
He might win that too.
Yeah, maybe best mustache. Like,
or like tallest outfielder. He might not win.
Right. You got to get pretty specific.
Most pitches caught behind the plate.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to win, but he's always a threat.
I mean, at the award ceremony at the end of the year, you're in the conference room and the coach gets up there and so we have this award and everybody goes, oh, Bobby's going to win it. And this, Bobby. And this one, and Bobby just walks out with a huge pile of trophies. Everybody else is left in the dust.
You have a teammate like that? Is that where this comes from?
They'd play with a guy named Miguel Cabrera.
That'll happen. That's a really good slider, by the way, from Troy Melton. 2-2 on Bobby Witt Jr. 2-2 coming. Another one. Boy, that thing was skidding all over the place.
There's the swing and miss. I mean, Witt hit a fastball in his first at bat. I don't know if he thinks He hit the cutter. I don't know if he thinks Troy's going to put another one there, but he went down and away and down and away. And right out of the hand, Bobby Witt Jr. was swinging. That's what you like to see. Good location. I like how he went to a spot and then went a little further.
Yeah, he didn't throw the best one until the last one. Jack Caglione, it's a sky-high fly ball to center. Max Clark has room before the wall, but at the track he makes the catch. And that's that. Somebody's got to score a run at some point, but it hadn't happened yet.
Stream your Tigers all season long for just $19.99 a month on Detroit Sports Net. Presented by Bet365. Subject to national exclusivities. Terms and conditions apply. Subscribe by visiting tigers.com/DSN.
Never heard more flair on the phrase national exclusivities.
Woo!
Not that kind of flair. First pitch from Noah Cameron is a line to left and foul. Dylan Dingler, who has not really had a stretch like this all year, but the last 10 games, Tigers are 4-6. He's 2 for his last 40, which is just shocking to the system considering how great, elite he has been all year long. As they get inside on him here, Collins makes the catch. You know, it's either a fastball in on his hands or a breaking ball bending below his bat. Pitchers have executed against him as well.
Well, at some point, you got to quit swinging at the borderline pitches, you know, to get back into a rhythm. When you're going well, it feels like you can hit anything. And then you start expanding your zone a little bit. And we saw that early on in his stretch as he started going into his little funk where he was swinging a lot of pitches out of the zone. And then you're trying to make up for lost time as a player, which is normal. And then you start thinking about your mechanics and you go, oh, well, my hips need to be here and my hands need to be here. And then you forget about just going out and competing and seeing ball and hitting ball. And it takes a while sometimes to get back into that right rhythm to where my mechanics are fine and they feel good again. And then now my pitch discernment and pitch recognition has to get back on track. And then you'll go through a series or maybe two where you get more good pitches to hit. You get more barrel on the baseball. You get some more knocks. The confidence comes back up, and here we go.
There's got to be something to Riley Green being out of the lineup as well. I mean, it just thins out the lineup and forces guys to need to be a bigger part of it as there's strikeout number 2 for Cameron. Everybody feels that differently.
Right.
But depth gets you better pitches to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The more tough at bats are in a lineup, the more pressure there is on a pitcher to execute on the guy who's hitting in front of you. It's also August 21st. He's a catcher.
Yeah.
He's caught a lot of baseball. You know those legs are probably wearing down a little bit. But that's the adjustments that guys have to continue to learn to make. I mean, he's caught a lot of baseball this year. And any guy that's kind of an everyday behind the plate guy, they'll tell you, like, you have to learn to adjust as the season goes because he was hitting a lot of home runs. When the legs are strong, you're feeling good. Then maybe you got to go to, hey, I just need to get some knocks here for a while until I get my legs back under me. Because you know towards the end of the year, when that juice starts hitting, it gets late September, you're on a playoff surge, you got a little more adrenaline flowing through your veins.
He carried this offense for a month and a half. Not only him,
A lot of him.
but a lot of him.
A lot of him.
A lot of him. 2-1 to Torque. That's a high fly ball deep down the left field side. It goes toward the pole, and this ball will fly into the seats. If only Brandon Lau's ball had done that 2 days ago in Pittsburgh.
I thought it might. It was close.
Caught the very top of the foul pole, which no longer is a piece of evidence. It looked like it might have been in the debate between whether or not they should use Hawkeye technology on foul poles. There is a story in The Athletic today about that possibility.
I have yet to see a piece of technology get utilized that I would be like, that's awful.
What about the glow puck in hockey TV?
I'm talking about baseball.
I see. People didn't like that. I liked being able to watch where the puck was.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have liked that.
I liked it when it turned red, the little tail on the puck turned red. You knew they hit it hard.
Right.
It's
As
fun.
a kid, you enjoy that.
So they do that with baseball?
No. We're not kids anymore.
If they hit it over 100, it's a red stream behind it. And if it's like 92 to 99, it's yellow.
Orange.
Orange, yeah. It's a good color.
3-2. That is ball 4. It's a second walk for Spencer Torkelson tonight.
Check out this right here. You see that little trail coming back there? Couldn't quite get the cutter to go. If it was green, it would have been a strike. Since it was yellow, it was borderline. Red is just a ball.
And if it's 3 faster?
Or no, red would be a strike. Green would be a ball. That's right.
Well, depending on how you see it. So when it's a green light, when you're driving, what do you do?
Go.
Okay.
Yeah, you go. Right. And then when it's yellow, you go faster.
No. For anybody taking their driver's test, no. Don't listen to Mr. Andy. Bonus strike.
I like that little skinny pedal on the right in that situation. Gun it and run it.
No. No. That's why we do rain delay questions and not rain delay advice. 1-1 to Malgiri. That's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike from Noah Cameron, who has once told the story about growing up a Royals fan, and Zach Greinke waved at him.
Wow.
You have these memories as a kid, right? Where you're at a game and you get, you know, hey, how's it going? It feels like the biggest thing that's ever happened to you. Check swing. And he did go.
You see, he's looking fastball, but he goes breaking ball in, and this is what we've seen from Noah Cameron all day. In fastball counts, he goes to off-speed breaking pitches backwards, and in 2 strike counts, he'll try to rush him with the cutter or the fastball.
2-2 curve, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Malgiri. Back-to-back full counts. 4 total full counts in 16 batters. So the pitch count at 61. That is ball 4. Here's this from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
So paying a visit to the Royals bullpen is not a terrible idea. They have a 5.21 relief corps ERA. That is 29th in all of baseball. And the Tigers got to luxuriate in an off day yesterday while the Royals were playing again. So the bullpen that's in better shape certainly is the Tigers bullpen for the beginning of this series.
Yeah, they had 4 guys throw yesterday.
So they made a change. Jose Cuas came up from AAA. Max Clark looks at a strike. This is a 20-pitch inning for Cameron. Oh, 1. Max clips it foul. 0-2. Royals wearing their reminiscent of the Fountain jerseys, their City Connect jerseys. Pitches outside, 1-2 for Clark. Sort of a new age crown on the jersey. 1-2. It's a ground ball foul.
We've seen Max's ability to use his hands to make contact with different pitch types and locations. It's one of the good things about being a superior athlete and having great hand-eye coordination. He can come out of posture and just spoil a pitch, get to pitches in different locations, put barrel to baseball.
1-2. On the ground right at first. Pasquantino stonewalls it and beats Clark to the spot. to retire the side. We're scoreless in Kansas City.
Time now for Chevy's strongest player, Troy Melton, hitting some spots. We talked about his ability to navigate the strike zone and keep the ball down is going to be important today. You saw the different pitch types, the slider, back-to-back to Bobby Witt Jr. to punch him out.
And he gets a first pitch roller to shortstop. That's what you like to see. Kevin McGonigal takes care of Salvador Perez. There's one away here in the fourth. So these jerseys for Kansas City are supposed to look like a Midwestern sunset. You being a Kansan,
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, there's definitely some pink in the sunset, but a lot of orange as well. Some of the best sunsets. Kansas has some of the best sunsets around.
Really?
Absolutely.
But
Beautiful
we're in Missouri.
Sunset. Yeah, that's why I said Kansas.
So you have a strong feeling about the sunsets.
In Kansas are better than in Missouri even.
Really?
They're good in Missouri, but even better. Well, you go flatland Kansas, you can see for like 48 miles. There's nothing.
And you're saying Missouri's like the Rocky Mountains?
It's a little more hilly. There's trees here. Not a lot of trees when you get out west in Kansas.
Now you see all those rolling hills?
Yeah, look at
out there in Missouri.
I mean, there's a ton of undulation around here.
The fly ball down the right field line and foul. Excuse me? Undulation?
Yeah. You know what undulation means,
I
right?
do. It means rolling hills.
Right.
Where'd you learn that word?
I know a guy that he ran a golf course.
Okay.
And I was like, what's up with all this stuff? Like these little bumps and these fairways and stuff. He said, that's the undulation that we put into it to make it more challenging for players.
I see.
And I learned that word right on the spot.
And it's
never forgot it.
1-2. Check swing. He might have. He didn't.
You see that slider, though? They're biting out of hand. Shows good arm action. But you want those hitters taking that bat off their shoulder on those pitches. That's the back foot slider.
Ground ball right at first and past Torkelson. He got a piece of it to slow it down. And Pasquantino on second base. Throw there is not in time. It's two bases for Vinny Pasquantino, headlong into second. And here comes Pasquatch to bring his own brand of revelry in left field.
Yeah, after the slider, he goes heater, but left it down the middle. Pasquantino hits it on the nose. Torque tries to go down, doesn't have much time to get down to the ball, goes off the hill of the glove.
And Pasquatch, who doesn't have the same sprint speed as Vinny Pasquantino, is out there for a double with one out. And Melton right back to it with a strike to Nick Lofton, who he walked on 4 back in the second inning. Check swing. He went around. The plate umpire is going to call that. Scott Berry points at Lofton's swing 0-2.
That's nice right there. I love how he's getting chased, getting guys to try to attack pitches that are out of the zone.
So half of the sliders out of the strike zone for Troy Melton tonight have gotten a swing.
Right.
Ground ball right back to him. He spears it. He throws to first. And there is out number 2. And if there's one thing we know about Troy Melton, it's that he loves some defense.
Give me a PFP all day. He takes pride in his defense, knocks it down, looks the runner back, throws a little floater over to Torque, but he is very proud of that play right now.
Oh, yeah.
In his head, he's got to slow himself down after the adrenaline rush for making that play.
He still remembers the play in Sacramento last year where the ball got dropped. He picked it up, zinged it to second base to start a double play for the Tigers. Ten different batters tonight have seen 4 pitches or fewer from Troy Melton. And Massey swings through a really nice changeup.
Stuff's playing. I mean, he's not having to be in the zone to get the chase, to get the swing and miss. You know, he tried that back foot slider to Pasquantino.
Oh, yeah. He's throwing it head to toe tonight. 1-2 on Massey.
This is that four-seam shape and just bottom dropping out.
One-two for Massey. And he takes this one at the shoe tops. 2-2.
The hope is you get him slowed down enough. You can, if you do throw a fastball, you can get it in on him, or that cutter shape. But I think he's going to chase swing and miss here. He's in a groove right now.
He shook twice. He's ready to go. He and Dingler with a 2-2. Massey fouls away a slider.
See, you wanted the back foot slider. You wanted to shoot it down towards the toes. But he just left it up.
Does he throw it again? Does Lightning strike twice?
The changeup was working. But sometimes Lightning does strike twice.
Up the middle and off of McGonigal, kicking into short left center, and Massey scores Pasquantino. Michael Massey had the big homer against Drew Summers in the home series a couple of weeks ago. Now he cracks the run column tonight with a ball off of McGonigal.
There was another changeup he threw. He left that one up, hit it hard. McGonigal just overran it. He got too far over to the left of that ball instead of just using his glove to reach out. See how he's got to kind of come back? His feet get crossed up. That makes it a really difficult play. But when the ball's hit hard, you don't have time to get your footwork in position. So 2 ground balls this inning. One off the bat of Vinny Pasquantino that was hit hard. Torque couldn't handle. And the one up the middle there to McGonigal. Helped the Royals get on the board.
That one will go E6. The Pasquantino ball was a double, and Kevin will tell you that he should have made that
for sure.
play.
For sure. His body got in motion almost too much. You know, when a ball's hit that hard, he thought, I got to go quick to try to get over to it. But by the time he got there, the ball kind of got underneath him.
He was basically already there,
right,
with how he was positioned
well,
up the middle.
It almost hit Troy Melton, so he might not have been able to see it right out the gate.
Good point. Here's Collins. First pitch. It's a cutter for a strike. Here's a look at it.
So you see that comes right off Troy's right arm, but he comes over and it just gets underneath him.
The bounce as well, right?
Yeah,
the bounce came toward him.
Spun right towards him. That's a tough play.
That first bounce, I don't think is what Kevin expected there. That's not to make an excuse, but that's a different bounce than you'd think based on the
contact. Shot to his right.
Yes.
He was going to play it on the forehand side. That's why the ball got up under him.
1-1. No, sir. No, he got a challenge. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. That looked high. And it is. Tigers have one challenge left. Two 2-1 to Collins. Popped up, third base side, Lee on the run. He's still going into foul ground. Over the shoulder, he can't make the catch. It's down on the turf. It's a foul ball, it's 2 strikes, but it's another life for Collins.
It is, he hit it high. This is do or die play. You're running straight back. He's trying to pick up the ball over his shoulder and just stab the glove at it. That's a low percentage play, good effort.
Now the one thing I'll say about that replay is we hear a lot about Hao Yuli's intensity in the clubhouse. We don't see it very much on the diamond. There is an example, just a glimpse, and you'd rather it be on a catch than a drop, but there is a glimpse of what we hear a lot from people in that clubhouse about how much he's driven by being great at this game. As this is wanded to second base, Gleyber Torres handles the out, but the Royals have the first run in the 4th. Well, you never know who it's going to be, but it's going to be somebody who wore a Tiger uniform once. Tiger of the Day presented by Carhartt. Oh, it's a black and white photo. It's Ray Narleski, who played 42 games with the Tigers in 1959. He sat out in 49 because of a contract dispute with Cleveland. Instead, he decided to take up shipbuilding.
That's a novel trade.
You don't see that in 2026. You know, he's a holdout, but he's going to go ahead and build a ship.
Where did he go to college? Where's that degree at?
Ray Narleski.
Shipbuilding.
He was a second-generation player. His dad, Bill, played 2 years for the Red Sox, and his brother, Ted, is in the UCLA Bruins Hall of Fame.
Athletic family.
Yeah, Ted Narleski. Here's a note that Justin Stewart has dug up. Quote, fastball was believed to be 95 to 100 miles an hour. They didn't have the technology yet. They just had a guy with a tape measure. 2-1 to Javi. And he grounds it to shortstop off the Cameron changeup. Bobby Witt Jr. takes care of out number one.
There's a little variance between 95 and 100.
Yeah, that's right. They had prospectors out there, the surveyors with tripods as he was pitching, just to get a good, clean look at it.
Did you ever see the Nolan Ryan one where the guy on the motorcycle, they tried to time up the pitch as he was. Yeah. Was it Nolan Ryan? Or was it Honus Wagner? There was an old, it might have been older than Nolan. I might have been
a pitcher, one of them's a hitter.
Well, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah. Well, he might have thrown 95.
He could have. They didn't have, again, no radar gun. 1-0 to Gleyber Torres is clip foul. I know what you're talking about, and I think it is, but I don't. We're going to have our best people. Bob Feller. Bob Feller.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
So they had a Harley Davidson race Bob Feller's fastball.
That's right.
Is what it was. In Chicago's Lincoln Park. 1-1 to Torres. You know, he's had a good night, Cameron has, but he also has not hit the outside corner much to right-handers.
Well, the Tigers aren't chasing it much. He's throwing it. They're not biting. But the other pitch shapes come right back in, and that's those throw it off the plate, start it off the plate to put it back on the plate.
Yeah, that's the puzzle. What he just did right there with those two pitches.
If it looks like a ball, you should swing. If it looks like a strike, you should take. It's an old school approach.
2-2 coming. Line drive left field. Collins is there. You know, Tigers are making him work. He's at 76 pitches. And again, this Royals bullpen gives up the most base runners per inning in all of Major League Baseball. It's a base runner and a half per inning for the year.
So keep applying pressure, get the pitch count up. Love to get some base runners on. Tigers have had base runners on in a few innings with 2 outs.
Yeah, 4th inning, 2 out, bases empty. Torque and Malgiri both walked. It was a 2-out single in the 1st and the 3rd. I'm just proving your point for people who aren't keeping score.
Somebody's got to around here. It is a tough at bat when you have to wait a guy out. Like, hitters like action. Hitters want to swing the bat.
So
but to have the discipline to just sit there and wait him out, and knowing that you might end up in a 3-1 count, you might end up in a 2-0 count, but trying to get your pitch and having the discipline to not just, okay, it's 2-0, I got to get something good, I'm going to swing. 2-1, I'm going to swing. He's going to throw one in here. See, he just never comes into the zone. He's not attacking anybody. He's pitching on the edges.
How many middle pitches do you think he's thrown tonight?
Maybe like 3, and one of them was on 3-0. Not many.
Yeah, I bet you it's less than 5.
See, that's a normal ball. That's one where it's like, okay, ball out of hand, take it. There's just not much ball out of hand. It's a lot of competitive pitches. He's right around the zone, starts him in the zone, works him off the plate.
3-2 coming. Fouled away right side. And yet, he still hasn't thrown a 1-2-3 inning.
That's credit to the Tigers trying to work counts, took a few walks.
Three and two again. Cameron to lead, and how you just barely gets a small piece of that changeup, an eyelash of that changeup. But you see the pain in waiting.
Yeah, and that's a ball, but it's looking like it might come back on and it drifts away. If it's the cutter or the slider, it's coming back on the plate. So by the time you make your swing decision, it drifts out off the plate.
There's Jose Cuas, who is just up from AAA today.
And then he pipes one, but you're late because you're worried about the changeup and the other pitch shapes.
So as of when we asked, our friends at Sport Radar say it was 10 middle pitches, which feels like a lot, but not many fastballs.
Out of 84?
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
Well, it's a lot compared to the 5.
Right.
Cue shot, second base. Massey ends the inning. First 1-2-3 inning for Cameron. We're halfway home. Hey, look, it's a one-run game.
It is Players Weekend here in the MLB, and a couple of Tigers players with a nod by a local artist with their cleats. Troy Melton's you see right there. You guys were talking about sunsets earlier. It's tough to beat the ones in Orange County, as a nod to Newport Beach, where Troy was born, and obviously the Tigers colors fitting of that as well too. And you'll notice Kevin McGonigal also rocking some specialized cleats, that being for his new hometown of Detroit. Noticing the 8 Mile sign is on there along with the spirit of Detroit. Just a number of things to go along with it too. So a nice little nod by Kevin and Troy to their cities.
That's great. McGonigal showed us his close-up, Andy. Those are pretty sick.
Yeah, those are really cool. Would you got any special shoes?
No, I have 8 different colors of the same shoe. You know that.
You've got the brown leather ones.
Uh-huh.
Do you have white? You don't have. I've never seen you rock white shoes.
I have them. I haven't worn them. 2-1. That's a golf shot in the air, right field. Long way to go for it, and it is gone. Kyle Isbell doubles the lead for Kansas City at 2-0.
That's Isbell's 5th homer of the year. A solo shot to right. And you see the four seam, he misses middle. At 94, looked like he slipped a little bit when he threw the pitch. Just enough to get it out of Kaufman. This is really going to be important to keep this lead that the Royals have. Don't let them extend it. You mentioned the bullpen of the Royals is susceptible to giving up runs.
Gotta keep close, though, especially in a series before you play 2 division leaders. Yes, Kansas City's won 5 in a row, but if you're saying who would you rather play right now, even though Kansas City's hot, the Rays and Dodgers have been 2 of the best teams in baseball all year. That's who's coming to Comerica Park Monday through Sunday with an off day in between. It's 3 balls and a strike on Jensen. Our Bet365 upcoming schedule. It is daggers on the schedule after this series, because the Twins are in it. They're a wild card team right now. The Guardians are in it. They're closing in on a wild card spot. Every game is for your playoff life the rest of the way, and especially when you're playing against a team that's in the race. Ball 4 on Jensen. And now this from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Lease a Ford F-150 for $399 a month for 24 months. Or returning AZ Plan lessees can lease a Ford F-150 for $299 a month for 24 months.
Looked like a challenge-worthy pitch on ball 4. Jensen is on. Bobby Witt Jr. is the batter. Strike 1.
He got him with 2 sliders last at bat. Starts him off with a slider right there.
Ground ball up the middle. That's into center field. It's a base hit. And Max Clark with a throw behind. Not in time. Good idea. Trying to slip it back of Carter Jensen. But 2 on, nobody out for Caglione.
There's a sinker. He gets it on the ground, but he hits it hard back up through the box. Max Clark gets to the ball very quickly. Jensen was thinking about going 3. But by the time he decided to retreat, Clark about got him on the back end of it.
Comes a meeting at the mound. Chris Fetter out of the Tigers dugout. Tigers have lost 6 of 8 on the way into today. They're too previously sunny, now darkening not only because of the light show, Kauffman Stadium. This has been the streakiest franchise in baseball over the past 3 seasons, and it's not close. If you can just find a way to start another streak,
yes,
on the way into this homestand, it is a very playable 5 games in the division, 1.5 in the wild card, but that doesn't matter unless you start winning games again.
Stack them up in the W column. This is a big at bat here. Caglione has a lot of power. He's been hitting the ball really well recently.
First one, ball 1 on a changeup downstairs to Caglione, who's been less of a pull hitter recently.
Yeah, he'll use the big part of the field. Last at bat, he hit a fly ball to the warning track in center. But he's got massive pop. Big, strong guy.
Carves a cutter foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the former 2-way Florida Gator, Jack Caglione. Taxing inning for Troy Melton already. He buzzes in a fastball, 1-2.
Ride that bottom rail.
Put the satchel over your shoulder.
Yep.
And hop on.
If he throws him a breaking ball, it needs to be down, out of the zone, try to back foot it or backdoor it. If not, change up away or heater up.
How about change up away?
Yeah, I like that play.
You like it?
I love that play. He went change up early, he didn't swing at it, but with 2 strikes, get the big power hitter out in front of that baseball. It's a good pitch call by Dylan Dingler, and great execution by Troy Melton. The changeup's been good today. Yeah, he's getting more swing and miss today.
You saw Holton up. Vinny Pasquantino loses a lot of his juice against left-handed pitching. So even if you'd want Melton in for longer in this game, it might be too good to pass up for A.J. Hinch in a leverage spot to get Pasquantino or CNL Ward on deck hitter against a lefty.
Yep, and that's why A.J.'s rooting for a ground ball double play here off the bat of Perez. And that's, you see the curveball away, the cutter away. Get him out in front, hit it off at the end of a bat a little bit, hit it right over to McGonigal at shortstop, execute the double play, move on.
Shaner Roofing wire cam gives you that look at a possible double play involving McGonigal, Torres, Lee at third, maybe, whoever. Doesn't matter.
Take him any way you can get him.
Ground ball to shortstop. McGonigal, Torres, double play. Troy Melton stays in the game for now. It is 2-0 Kansas City, but no more.
When Panera.
We're going to insert a bullpen game on Sunday and push Framber back to Monday and really push our rotation back. And Cater, we're paying attention to the recovery coming out of his last outing. He had the big long inning. It's not as fast as his recovery hasn't been as fast. And so we'll keep Job and Melton on their normal days that they would pitch, and then we have the off day on Thursday, and then we'll look at Cater in the Dodgers series. But so we're going to just give him a little bit of a blow, which is not uncommon this time of year, and especially with these off days, we're trying to be smart with, pushing these guys when we need to push them, but also pull back when we need to pull back.
In our Henry Ford Health injury update, as you heard right there from A.J. Hinch, pushing back Cater Montero just a bit, expecting him for the Dodgers series. On top of it, Framber Valdez will make the start in the first game of the Tampa series at Comerica next week. But like you heard from A.J. right there, guys, this time of year, especially with the arms and these guys being in these different situations and the flexibility, it's just the time of year for it.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out as Jose Cuas is on for Kansas City. The Wallside Windows pitching change. They'll face Kevin McGonigal. Cameron is out after 5 innings of really beautiful baseball, getting through traffic.
Threw the ball nice. A lot of pitches on the edge of the zone. Got a little chase out of the zone. Now they're going to bring in the side armor. They say he went. He's got the sweeper, the upshoot four-seam sinker. He likes the four-seam to the lefties and that sweeper quite a bit. A little more sinker action to the righties.
Kevin hits this pretty well, right center field to the warning track, and playable for Isbell for out number 1.
Depending on the field you play at, there are certain positions it's important to have good defenders, and Kyle Isbell can go get it in center. McGonigal hits that pitch well, right center, and see how quick Isbell gets to it, makes that catch look pretty easy. But that ball is 395 feet out there.
Mm-hmm. Looks as though Colt Keith is going to grab a bat and hit for Valencia after Dingler here. Kansas City only has 1 lefty in their bullpen, and so to the lefties go the spoils here late in the game in this series for the Tigers. That's the way it's going to play out. And Connor Thomas has not had a whole lot of time on the mound this year. He is that lone left-hander for Kansas City who's been revamping their bullpen all year long. Thomas has only thrown 2 games for the Royals this year, and then Atlanta for 2 games as well. So the parade of righties begins with Cuas.
Cuas gives up a lot of fly balls. And generally you'd think an arm angle like that, the guy that throws sinkers would get a lot more ground balls. But there's enough upshoot to it. If he throws it out over the plate, guys don't have too much issue hitting the ball in the air. Doesn't have a lot of innings pitched this year, 11 so far.
Left field. Collins at the line makes the catch. That's a good example of how you get the ball in the air. It wasn't damaged, but that ball kind of lingers at the knees.
Yeah, that sweeper just kind of hanging out there, but it's slow enough. And watch Dingler. See how that foot got down? And there was that hesitation at 82. He had to kind of wait just a hair, lean out over to try to make contact, get you out in front.
Two out, Colt Keith. Cuas is one of those guys who is a former and current Kansas City Royal. They traded for him a couple of years ago, signed him thereafter after trading Nelson Velasquez. There's a ball outside. Velasquez for Cuas. Velasquez with the Cubs to Kansas City. Then they went and got Cuas back this year right around Christmas time. It's a ball low, 2-0 for Keith.
Come off the bench, see if you can get you a fastball over the plate. Do some damage on the pull side.
He tried to, and that faded away. That fastball had a little bit of horizontal there.
Yeah, it did. That's the right approach, though. Look to do damage, but you see the movement on it.
Two and one. It's too tight. 3 balls and a strike on Keith. And here go the Tigers again, threatening to get runners on with two outs.
I know it. It's been a plague today.
Three-one. Yeah, it's ball 4. Torque will be the tying run after this from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Spencer Torkelson walked twice against Noah Cameron. That thing kept on coming.
Yeah, if I wanted to hit a homer against this guy, I would just wait for the sweeper. I'd say if that ball starts at me, a little bigger leg kick, upswing that thing out to left. Because he'll hang that sweeper. Almost did there. It backed up on him.
It did.
He doesn't have control of that pitch right now.
But that's the pitch. If it starts there and does what it's supposed to, it's exactly what you're talking about.
It's the money shot. Now 2-0, you know he's going to be wanting a fastball. Get that thing middle in. Let it eat. Good discipline right there from Torque. Green light special.
You think?
Why not? Hit a homer.
3-0. Not on that. Third walk for Torque. And it won't be Ben Malgiri. A.J. Hinch was waiting to see whether or not there was going to be a leverage spot like this, and it will be Brett Callahan getting his first at bat against Kansas City. As they're going to have a meeting at the mound. A.J. said wait. He's trying to signal to Scott Berry that he was going to go ahead and hit for Malgiri.
Well, some days, Jason, you just got to do it with 2 outs. You got to figure out a way. See if Callahan can get a pitch type he likes. Preferably one of those fastball varieties. Hit that thing back through the box. We saw him hit a 98-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball way out to right in Pittsburgh, so he's got the pop. We've seen him spray the ball to left. Decent bat-to-ball skills. But you know, for a young player, that adrenaline gets pumping. All of a sudden, you're, hanging out, getting ready, and then boom, he's got that lid down low too. See how that's the focus helmet. You get that. He can't see anything. He can't see the scoreboard. He can't see the fountains. I can just barely see the pitcher. That's all I can see right now.
He doesn't care about everything out there. He
that
cares
doesn't
about
matter.
This.
Me and you. Low brim.
First pitch, strike 1 on a breaking ball from Quas. It's a rare opportunity for Callahan to pinch hit early in his career against a righty that he can see. It's a pop up to shortstop, and it's Witt to make the catch, and that'll retire the side. Tigers have left 7.
Jameer.
Be all in and become a season ticket member today. 2027 memberships are available and include great benefits like postseason priority access, exclusive member events, and more. Begin your journey at tigers.com/memberships today.
As we thought might happen, Troy Melton getting the double play from Salvador Perez gives him the opportunity, Melton, to pitch the 6th instead of the left-on-left necessity in a big spot with Pasquantino. Tyler Holton was up and loosening for the Tigers as Troy's behind 2-0. He still is, in fact. He was and is warming up.
Past tense and present tense.
High fly ball, deep right field. Pasquantino had a double earlier. He's got a home run here, and it's 3-0 Kansas City.
That's a bat the Royals like having back. 8th home run of the year for Pasquantino. And on a 2-0 pitch, Melton's trying to throw a strike, and he pretty much center cuts that cutter as much as you could center cut it. And in a 2-0 count, a guy like Pasquantino knows how to get the ball in the air on the pull side.
Now Lofton in what likely is Troy Melton's final batter. With Massey coming next. Wrestled foul, 0-2. Tigers are in danger of falling 6 under now. Oh, 2. Foul back. Guardians are playing in Colorado, which that's a fun way to spend your weekend. Lovely city. Not for pitchers.
If you're a hitter, it's a great spot to go. You circle that one on the schedule.
Feeling good is the little marking.
Old Rangers Stadium. That was one you'd circle as a hitter.
1-2 is just off. It was close. Might have been worth a challenge. Just low. 2-2. Lofton pokes it foul. 6 pitches in the sequence. Troy at 85 pitches. Two and two. Swing and a miss. Turbo sinker. 1 away.
There you go. Look, get him looking out over the plate for that cutter or slider away, and then buzz him inside. That 2-seam action. The ball moved about 2.5 feet. Look where it starts to where it ends up. Holy cow.
I guess because he threw that thing and because he got the out on Lofton, he's going to stick around for Massey here, who's 0 for 2. And there's strike 1. And Manuel De Jesus is also up in the Tigers bullpen. 0-2 on Massey.
Well, Sunday's a bullpen day.
Yeah.
They're going to try to get as many good pitches out of their starters today and tomorrow. Between Troy Melton now, Drew Anderson's going to pitch tomorrow. And Troy's not throwing the ball bad.
No.
He's left a few pitches out over the plate that got hit.
Ground ball to second base. Torres for out number 2. If Lofton reached,
you're right.
Probably would have been.
I would agree, because a 3-run ball game going into the 7th inning is still reachable. It still feels like, with the way the Kansas City bullpen's been throwing the baseball, you tack on a couple in either the 7th or 8th or even 3 or take the lead. Who knows? But if you get a couple, you can make a run at this thing.
And maybe now, if you're trailing going into the 9th, you get to Jesus to throw the 7th and the 8th, and if you come back, then you start to think about what you're going to do in a tie game. If it's Kenley Jansen after what happened on Wednesday in a tie situation, you would imagine he'd still be out there for a lead.
Right. Might as well take a run at it. Why not?
Skip. 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Collins. John Schreiber is up in the Kansas City bullpen. He's usually used for a battery of right-handers, and he would face Clark, Baez and Torres than Hao Yu Lee. So it's as good of an alley for Schreiber, handedness-wise. 2-1. It's a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike. More than a little. That is ball 4. It's the 3rd walk tonight for Kansas City, and that will be all for Troy Melton. A.J. Hinch tried to get him through 6. It'll be 5 2/3 tonight, and it's Emmanuel De Jesus, it looks like, coming in. When the lights come up, we'll tell you who's pitching. Oh, spotlight. De Jesus on the way in when we come back. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. By your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers, and by Fire Law. All we do is win. Tigers trailing the Royals 3-0 in the 6th, and Emmanuel De Jesus is on for the Tigers in game number 30 of his season. Troy Melton 5 2/3. His last 3 innings, he threw 56 total pitches of his 94. First one to Isbell is a strike, and Isbell had a say in Troy Melton not making it through 6 after his home run in the 5th.
Couple solo shots to right. They scratched together a run. A couple ground balls that were hit hard. Tigers couldn't quite make the play.
This to shortstop, and the only play is to first for McGonigal to retire the side. To the 7th we go, 3-0. Our Comerica Bank summary. They do have the world's largest scoreboard here, so we might as well watch it. Twins are trailing, the Blue Jays are trailing. The Rangers just left the bases loaded against the Angels, and at least somebody's winning in the American League wild card race. Cleveland's up 3-1 in Colorado, but that's basically like having a .25 run lead. So we'll keep on trucking, and John Schreiber is on our Wallside Windows pitching change here in Kansas City. At some point, you're teaching everybody a very bad lesson that you can just keep losing and nothing will happen.
There's no consequences.
No consequences in the wild card race.
Yeah, you just stay right there in the hunt, no matter what happens.
But it's true.
I know, it's been that way this year. It's a wild year in the American League.
The Mariners are 3 back and they're 8 under. Does not compute.
No.
2-0 for Clark. In all seriousness, John Schreiber has really struggled to get lefties out this year.
Yeah, lefties have given him fits. He's done well against righties. That sinker sweeper is what he loves to throw. Mixes the 4-seam in to the lefties, but it's been a challenge. Righties, on the other hand, have basically done nothing against him.
Yeah. It's a major split.
Yeah.
You have Zach McKinstry on the bench. You wouldn't normally hit for Javi.
I think it depends on the game situation. You're going to have to get some base runners on. And you'd like to bring your lefty up in a more leveraged situation with some runners on, and a hit can score somebody, change the scoreboard with a swing.
So that's a walk. It's Javi, then Torres. If you can get one of these two on, you'd have to imagine it's McKinstry.
Yeah.
But by that time, we'll see if Connor Thomas is up and loosening, the left-hander for Kansas City.
Just get 2 real quick hits. Don't give them time to get loose.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Nobody's up currently. Don't give them time.
First pitch called a strike. That looked like it was off. Javi does not challenge. Tigers down to 1. Tigers have 6 walks from the 5 spot down in the order.
How many times does that lead to no runs?
One time.
This is the only time I've ever seen that lead to no runs. It's a lot of 2-out base runners. So here you got a leadoff guy on. Get after it, score some runs.
It's 2 balls and a strike. Kansas City's bullpen walks a lot of guys. That's ball 3. They're second worst in walk rate out of the bullpen in all of Major League Baseball. 11%.
Means you're never out of it.
No.
Get a couple guys on, get a knock, rock and roll.
Sinker, strike, 3-2. It's got to be a breaking ball right here.
Yeah, turbo sinker or sweeper.
Royals crowd serenading the Yankees, which, sure, if that's your choice. Seems like an odd decision. 3-2. It's the sweeper. It's popped up. Foul ground, first base side. No dice.
Get on out of here. I just broke the camera.
Sounded like it, didn't it?
Broke something.
It went through a bunch of plates.
Yeah, it's like when you're at the restaurant, you know they drop the plate.
Yeah.
They drop the tray.
Joel Goldberg, Royals reporter, is in the picture, but unable to make the catch.
I don't know what that thing that jetted out there was.
Joel, roving reporter, safe. What do we got? What did this thing break?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh, yep. There goes the bottle. 98 bottles of water. 3-2. Called strike 3. Painted him with a fastball. 1 away.
Swung back enough to come back and just catch that outside edge. That's a well-executed pitch. That's why Schreiber's tough on righties. Pay one of these off here. Get 2 on for McKinstry.
Z-Mac does have a bat on deck. First pitch fouled away by Torres. 0-1. It's McKinstry, then McGonigal.
I wonder if that's weird for Z-Mac. He usually uses a natural colored bat. I could always see the bat in my peripheral vision as I swung it on deck.
Ground ball, fair ball, third base side. Lofton at the line. Tough pick, and Pasquantino is wise to the game. 2 down. Really nice play by Pasquantino.
Pasquantino saves him on that. That was a tough in-between hop. Lofton tried to go 1 hop across the diamond, but that is about as short hop as you'll get, that in-betweener. Pasquantino over there with the backhand. Pick. Got it done.
They're going to meet to talk about McKinstry, who's the third used off the bench for the Tigers, third left-hander in, and it's Brian Sweeney, the pitching coach for Kansas City. That is a really big play by Pasquantino, as there's more right-handed action in the Kansas City bullpen.
Yeah, with that angle too, when you're deep over at third, if that ball gets away, it shoots down towards that right field wall. It gets away from you, end up at the tarp. Then you got runners at second and third.
And a 3-run game. That is Steven Cruz, their erstwhile closer, warming up in the bullpen for Kansas City. McKinstry pumps it to right center. That's Gapworthy down for a hit. The Tigers are on the board. McKinstry has extra bases. It is 3-1 here in the 7th.
That's how you come off the bench and get a knock right there for your squad. Talked about Schreiber's struggles against lefties. This is a good time to utilize a lefty in Zach McKinstry. That first pitch out of his hands, a little sinker over the middle of the plate. Waste no time. Find some green grass, go get on second, score your team a run. And that's going to be all for Schreiber. They do not want him to face McGonigal.
No, it'll be Steven Cruz, it looks like, coming in to face McGonigal. I mean, he hasn't exactly been nails against left-handers, but Schreiber has seen this before happen to him. Cruz is coming in. He's a hard thrower that will face the rookie McGonigal when we come back.
At Ace.
Wallside Windows pitching change. Steven Cruz is on. His average fastball is 98. And he will face Kevin McGonigal. 1 run in, tying run at the plate. Kevin trying to flip this game against Cruz. First pitch. He's on it. Line drive, right field. That's a base hit. Caglione can really throw. Here comes McKinstry. He's there in time. It's an RBI single for McGonigal. It is 3-2.
That's why you love baseball. Within 2 pitches, the Tigers go from being down 3 runs to now only down 1 run. The lefty's doing it right now. Caglione's got an absolute missile in right field. But when that ball is on your right-hand side as a lefty, you have to get your body all the way around it to try to make that throw. And McKinstry got a great jump. Executed well. That's why you work that secondary lead right there. With 2 outs, get out there. Get that nice secondary, be ready to go on contact.
Every step mattered there. McGonigal at first. Dingler the batter. 2-0 on Dillon. Yet again.
Oh, here we go, Polar Bear. Here we go. That's a good time to just go ahead and hit one real hard on the pull side.
Oh, he wanted to. It's a bloop back of second base into no man's land, and a sliding play by Isbell retires the side. It was dicey for a moment. Dingler couldn't drop it in, and at the Figer Law's 7th inning stretch, it's a 1-run game. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By North Bloomfield Properties. Let them manage your rental home so you can enjoy your weekends again. And by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Royal blue everywhere. Kansas City. Royals trying to win their 6th in a row. Tigers trying to take the opener in a series after losing 2 of 3 in Pittsburgh. And our Wallside Windows pitching change is Tyler Holton. Maybe if it was still 3-0, it would have still been DeJesus.
Right.
Holton comes in a closer arrangement.
Yeah. Face the lefty, likes the sweeper to the lefties. He'll run the sinker in on the hands. He'll throw the cutter at any time to both righties and lefties.
Holton versus Jensen, that lefty you're talking about. And there is that cutter for strike 1. We have all sorts of defensive changes that we will tell you about when we get 6 or 7 minutes. Zach McKinstry has moved into right field. Yeah, see that's all you can show. I mean, there's everybody's everywhere. Let's just show you some grass. Honestly, it's a great idea. That's pretty much how you feel when you
Nice
get the notes that there are 5 different guys in 6 different positions. McKinstry is in right. Check swing. He held the bat out and he took. That moves Callahan to left.
Which then
shifts Javi Baez to short.
Which then
means Kevin McGonigal's playing third. Fly ball, center field. Clark is back to the track, to the wall. It is way out of here. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's 4-2 Kansas City. 4:43 off Jensen's bat.
That's Jensen's 17th home run of the year. You can see the pop. He's been in the leadoff spot pretty much all year out of that catcher position, but 3-1 count, got to throw a strike, leaves the cutter out over the plate. Jensen gets full extension on that pitch, knew it off the bat.
worked so hard to pick up 2 runs.
I know it.
And then, wham, there it goes. To shortstop, that's Baez. And that's 1 away.
3 solo shots. That's the difference in the game. Normally those solo shots don't crush you. But at the rate this game's going, they always play tight ball games against the Royals.
It's the way it's been all year. So 1 out, Caglione on fireworks night here in Kansas City after the game. That's the way you'd like to keep it, but we got the 3 homers as you mentioned. Two strikes on Caglione. Three strikes on Caglione. Nasty sweeper. But that's the value of a positive count. Tyler got behind Jensen and couldn't do this sort of thing.
He had to throw the strike. And the sweeper's a pitch that's designed to be out of the zone once you get to 2 strikes away from the lefty and get him to chase just like that. But when it's 3-1, you throw that pitch, they're going to take it because they're not trying to protect. They're being more selective.
Salvador Perez looks at a strike. The home run king in royal blue for a career, passing George Brett last time we saw Kansas City. And he's got a poke to right.
Pasquantino has a homer and a double so far today, but this year he just hasn't hit lefties nearly as good. OPS right around 500 versus lefties. He's susceptible to swinging that breaking ball away. Run the sinker in off the plate and on the hands. Or you can just throw it down the middle and get you a strike.
I guess so.
Probably looking for the breaking ball.
You think? That's what it felt like. 0-1. Yeah, there you see the 1 home run against left-handed pitching this year for Pasquantino. And that's why Holton was ready in the first place. When Salvador Perez was up in the 5th, Pasquantino ended up getting 1 more at bat against a right-handed pitcher. He homered. But as you said, it's a good point, you want Melton's innings with a bullpen day looming on Sunday and no off day till Thursday. So,
and Melton fell behind 2-0 and he had to come at him. He threw him a cutter that was middle. So that's kind of been the trend today for the damage done, is when the Tigers pitchers fall behind, they try to get back in the counts. The Royals hitters haven't missed.
That is it to this point. 4-2 Kansas City. Series opener. Tomorrow is a 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 local. It was supposed to be a Fox game. They swapped out the game so you can see Detroit Sportsnet coverage tomorrow. Dan Dickerson will be in over the weekend. Popped up. McGonigal makes the catch and the inning's over, but a big insurance run for Kansas City on the homer for Jensen.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Off they go, spreading.
Local Ace has all the best brands.
Join us at Comerica Park September 12th and 13th for Fiesta Tigres presented by Miller Lite, a celebration of rich and storied history of Latin players, culture, food, music, and more. A weekend you can't miss. Learn more at tigers.com/fiesta.
It is always a great weekend at Comerica Park. Tigers are hoping at that point to be on the climb in the American League playoff race. Colt's going to need a new baseball bat.
Why so?
You hear that sort of wood chipping sound. You ever watch Fargo?
Oh, put it in the wood chipper? You know, if a guy ever used a broken bat, though, and you hit it, you could still get a hit.
Yeah. You get some weird bounces.
Explodes off the bat. See, that one got in on the hands a little bit. Colt's so strong, he just shattered it on his shoulder. New lumber acquired.
1-1. Fastball tucked in there, 1-2 on Keith, who walked as a pinch hitter in the 6th. Check swing, he held up. That's good willpower there from Colt Keith, 2-2.
Good take. Last couple months, he's got that leg kick up and down, and you can see it gives him a little time to discern the pitch. Tight. Keep that swing short.
Fouled it away, still 2-2. 29,000 plus here tonight. Trying to will the Royals to their 6th straight victory. Tigers lost the final 2 in Pittsburgh as Colt runs it 3-2. Tigers have 6 walks tonight, and only the most recent of those 6 has scored. Line drive, right field line. That is fair. Into the corner it goes. Colt into second base. That's a sliding leadoff double here in the 8th.
That swing was too good in that at bat for him to miss another fastball. That swing is quick, it's to the point, and the strength that Colt Keith has gets to that cutter, no problem. It's a good adjustment. He threw him a cutter in there before, and it broke his bat. This time, gets the head of the baseball bat out, hooks it down the line. Tigers are in business. You need a couple good at bats in a row here. String a few good at bats together.
First one, ball 1 to Torque. Again, control has been a major issue up and down the relief corps for Kansas City this year. Fly ball center field. Isbell is back there. Keith tags. He's on his way to third. And the Tigers will just try to chip away here and at least get this one across as Callahan comes up.
That's right. If you're going to make an out in that situation, you definitely want to make it by moving the runner. And that's what Torque did right there. Pitch out over the plate, hits him a fly ball to center, gets the job done. And that's going to give Callahan a chance to knock in a run. The infield's going to play back. So early in the count, you're going to still want to hit line drive, do damage. But after you get a strike on you, shorten up, put the ball in play. So that's the swing right there. Go ahead and try to do some damage. Now, shorten it up. Try to hit a ball back through the box.
One, two.
Now the battle's on. I think they saw that 98-mile-an-hour fastball he hit out. Because Cruz got a big fastball, but he went slider.
There's another slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Interesting.
Yeah, Callahan's lone big league home run to this point, what you're talking about, that happened in Pittsburgh, was a demolition.
Yeah, it was loud. 98-mile-an-hour heater. He hit it on the pull side a mile.
Strike 3. Fastball. 2 down.
You know, Jay, this is something as a young hitter you learn as you go. But you get down to 2 strikes and you're trying to battle. First couple pitches, you got a chance to put a ball in play, score a run for your squad. A lot of times you just want to go ahead and do that. Getting those 2-strike counts, who knows what can happen.
Max Clark takes a ball. especially with the infield back there. That's a donation.
Yep. Try that ground ball can get through the infield. Put it in play.
1-0. Max takes a strike called. 1-1. Ground ball right side, second base. Massey, what a play.
Every game, every series, Massey makes plays at second base against the Tigers, and that was a big one there to keep them off the board in the 8th.
I don't know how.
Side windows pitching change. Ty Madden is on for the Tigers here in inning number 8.
He's got a big mix, Madden does. 4-seam slider, cutter, split, sinker, curve. And he will use them all. The curve is the one that uses least most, but 5 pitches that he uses over 10% of the time. So it's a true mix.
Ground ball past third to shortstop. Baez, tough play, and Torque backpedals in there to make the catch. And out number 1.
Yeah, I'll give that one an 8.5. This is a well-executed play. After McGonigal just couldn't quite get it, Javi got rid of that ball so quick that it gave Torque the opportunity to manipulate his footwork over at the bag. But those hands right there, Jay, it barely even touched his glove.
Shouldn't be that easy. Here is Massey.
Could you imagine if he was a boxer, as fast as his hands are?
Yeah, it would fit though, right?
Yeah, he got good footwork, quick hands. He'd like hit
call.
you like 3 times. You'd be like, I didn't even see his hands.
That is a great call. In another life, he would be like a cruiserweight title holder.
Oh, for sure. He would have been an unbelievably good boxer. I guarantee it.
One to Massey.
He did all right in baseball too. So
yeah, you know.
I think he made a good choice. It's been really fun watching him, so I'm glad he chose baseball.
Two and two. Javi feels like that kind of guy that you could be like, hey, I just invented a game. Just like 5 minutes ago. Here's how you play. He'd be like, I know.
Yeah, and beat the guy
how
who
do you
invented
know?
it.
I just created it. First base fair. Down the line into the corner for Michael Massey. All he does is make big plays in the field and get big hits, especially against the Tigers.
He's been a real thorn in the Tigers' side for the last 2 years. Ball's hit to second. He makes every play. And like you said, he had the big homer in the last series against the Tigers. Just playing baseball.
Speaking of big homers, the White Sox just walked off the Mets on a Jake Rogers homer. One of the real good guys to come through here in the past half decade, Jake Rogers. And it's not in the uniform that you'd want him to do it, but congratulations to Jake, who deserves to be in the majors and is a great teammate, along with some power in that bat, as we know from 2023.
Right.
But good for him. I mean, you're going to be a dad down the line here soon. 6-4 the final. Couple of walk-offs. Marlins had a walk-off as well against Clayton Beater in Washington. 2-0 popped up. Right field, McKinstry has out number 2. Did you see Julio Rodriguez the other night? It was like 19 runs up for the Brewers. I didn't realize that it's only one out, and they threw the ball in the stands.
I didn't see that. That's rough.
That's a tough deal. Into left field, this is trouble. That's a hit, and it runs by Callahan. Kyle Isbell doubles in run number 5.
The Royals came off winning 5 in a row, and these bats have stayed hot. That's a slider away. Isbell just goes with it, knocks in the 5th run for the Royals.
Here's Jensen. Strike. Kansas City trying to pick up win number 56. This is game 130 for them. The Tigers are playing game number 128. Fly ball to left. Callahan is on it. He makes the catch, but the Royals do add on. It's a 3-run cushion as we hit the 9th. Wallside Windows pitching change is Nate Pearson, who will try to close this out for Kansas City. Came over in a deal with Houston in July. He threw 6 pitches yesterday. 4 Royals relievers, cinched up that sweep against Ath. He will face Javi Baez first here in the 9th, and Torres and McKinstry. Tigers are in danger of falling to 6 back in the American League Central. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to see what the wild card situation is. Be at least 2 back with a loss, you'd imagine, depending on what happens in some games. Javi first. That's low. The Royals are allergic to challenges tonight, and they haven't needed to challenge tonight. That one was low anyway, so that's why allergies exist, to keep you from doing things that will make your body have difficulty.
The 6'6", 255-pound righty. 4-seam fastball. He can run it up 98 miles an hour, throws a slider. Curveball sinker. Once in a blue moon, he'll throw a changeup to a lefty. There's that big power 4-seam. He always throws that at the top rail. The slider's going to work down and away from the right-handed hitter.
2-1. It's right there. A strike. 2-2. Way outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pearson, in his major league career, all those different stops, Toronto and the Cubs and the Astros and now the Royals, has only 5 career saves. That's pinpoint to the northeast corner of the strike zone. 3-2 on Javi Baez. Pitch number 7. It's hammered but foul.
Oh man, he turned that 99 around, didn't he?
He did.
Wasn't messing around anymore with that. Went up and in on back-to-back pitches.
Three and 2. Baez lines it to left field. That's a hit and likely extra bases. Javi's on his way to second. And he chugs in there with an easy double to start the ninth.
Giving his team the puncher's chance. Never know, get a few on. After turning a fastball around at 99, he pulled it foul into the stands. He gets a slider out over the plate, stays right on it. Good job by Hobby to get the leadoff man aboard.
Pearson has thrown it very well with Kansas City. He's only allowed now 5 hits with the Royals so far, including just 2 hits his last 5 outings, as that's lined right to third. I mean, right at Lofton for out number 1.
This is what can be tough when you're playing from behind, is you do what you want, you hit the ball hard, and it ends up going right at the defender.
One out, McKinstry, who had a big swing in the 7th, an RBI double, pinch hitting for Lee. Ball 1. See if the Tigers can wait out Pearson. He has hit 2 guys as a Royal. He's only walked 3. Curveball 1-1. Just off inside, 2-1 from Pearson to McKinstry.
That's a nice job by Scott Berry, staying with that pitch, calling it a ball.
Chopper to first. Pasquantino on the approach, 2 down. Tigers had some chances early in this game, leaving 7 on in a scoreless first 6 innings. A lot of that with 2 out, as you said, throughout the night.
Yeah, Noah Cameron did a good job not allowing leadoff batters to get on and really limiting damage in the extra base department. Walked some guys, but was able to pitch around it with 2 outs. Now the Tigers down to their last chance.
Do wonder a little bit how much that run they had to make in June and July took out of the Tigers.
Yeah.
It's not a basketball game, so it's not like a 14-0 run can cause fatigue within a game. But boy, there's a cumulative effect of playing World Series games starting in late May.
Yeah. And you also have to plug the holes. So when you find holes, like if your bullpen's not holding leads, you got to plug that hole. If the offense isn't executing by knocking guys in at third base, you got to fill those gaps to be able to go on those long, extensive winning sprees.
Yeah, and part of it too is what you did at the deadline.
For sure.
Right? You're
oh, yeah.
stocking up for later, but you trade
right.
Tarek Skubal and Casey Mize, and this kind of thing is going to happen as well. There's ball 4, and we get a challenge from Jensen.
Good pitch called a ball, catch a challenge.
ABS challenge powered by Figer Law. Will the tying run come to the plate? Yes, indeed.
College confirmed it is a ball. Kansas City has 1 challenge remaining.
So I love it when you got the potential for 1 swing. 1 swing tie ball game.
Dylan Dingler is the batter. They'll talk about it.
He's due. They've been getting in on his hands with the fastball. He's been a little late on the heater. It's basically fastballs in, sliders away.
Dylan had that run of 3 straight games in Seattle with a homer. Those are his last 3 home runs. 2 of those 3 came against relievers late in the game. Pearson to Dingler. First pitch, look out, ball 1.
Important for him to stay in the zone, not swing out of the zone. Dingler knows that. He's going to take a short approach to it, try to get a good strike to hit.
He didn't want to. Instead, he clipped it foul and then caught Jensen with it as well. It's a ball and a strike.
These are kind of how his at-bats have been. You know, ball one, but the next pitch is borderline foul ball to go 1-1 in a count. And they are not throwing him balls over the plate to hit. Everything's on the edges or off.
Breaking ball, a strike. McGonigal takes second base on indifference. So now the force is gone at second base on a slow tapper. Pearson is a strike away. And there it is. That's the ball game. Kansas City's a winner 5-2 in the series opener, and the Tigers have lost 3 straight on the road.
They're going to have to figure something out to keep finding ways to compete in ball games. Noah Cameron did a good job today, good starting pitching. Tigers battle just couldn't score enough runs to get up at all in this ball game, and every time they chipped back, they scored a couple runs, but then they gave up a couple. The Royals are hot right now. The Tigers are not. They need to figure out a way to turn it around tomorrow with Drew Anderson on the bump.
Feels like the last couple games, especially, the Tigers are feeling the effects of Riley Green not being in the lineup.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. That makes a massive difference. His presence in the lineup definitely shapes the way teams approach pitching and matchups.
But you got to survive while he's coming back, and the Tigers fall today 5-2. We say farewell from here in Kansas City. For Jason Disick, Andrew Blaustein, our entire marvelous crew, Logan Reaver, Andy Dirks, Jason Benetti, saying good night from the booth at the Big K. Curado postgame is next with Logan and Andy.